What it do, YouTube? Back with another video. Back with another freaking video. You know what I'm saying? Back with another video. I gotta keep pushing it. You know what I'm saying?
At
Keep
one
being
point, we thought we'd
consistent.
be talking.
Be consistent. We reacting to my boy J J and D Productions predictions. I'm gonna say that, nigga. I shouldn't have stayed at school. The tragic downfall of the best Texans quarterback in history. Texans quarterback in history. He got drafted to the Miami Dolphins. You never know. Tua might fuck around, get hurt, and he might pick up the slack for Tua and bomb niggas. But we gonna watch the video. See what we talking about. Have our input on this. But hey, grab some snacks, relax, and watch the video.
About Quinn Ewers as the #1 pick at the NFL draft. But that wasn't the case. In fact, he didn't even get picked until the 7th round by the Miami Dolphins. And now it's safe to say that he really didn't live up to the expectations put on him coming out of high school and landing at Ohio State before transferring to Texas. Ewers was a top prospect in the country, had to back up CJ Stroud, and then transferred to Texas, where he ended up starting over Arch Manning. But then, after all of that, he was just a 7th round pick. It's been a crazy few years, but he was once considered an incredible talent, which makes him essentially a lottery ticket. The chances of him turning
Thing about it is with him, he is a great talent of a quarterback. But he was playing bad at college, so his draft stock. Let's say the games he played, the big games, he won every big game, but he won every big game, won the little games, but he couldn't perform in the championship games. Like say if he get far, he would lose to a team he beat in the regular season. He probably would have been like a second round pick or third round pick. But since he was losing big games, he was beating mediocre teams, losing big games, and playoffs he would lose them games, so he just dropped. And plus, he wasn't a fucking back quarterback, bro. He was a good quarterback. But people expect too much high. Like you gotta build a quarterback up. Like Arch Manning, how long he been the 2 seasons he was there, bench, he played split time with him. Now he's getting the start this year and this year. So he's up for 4 years. So that's how you build a quarterback. You building a quarterback. You building an NFL prospect. If they go to a college that wants you to play for your quarterback, if you gotta sit for 2 years, sit for 2 years and learn the offense and get better and grow. Don't sit. I'm gonna transfer to a different school and learn a whole different offense. No, if I'm a quarterback and they want me to be, I'm gonna sit behind the quarterback. If he comes back, I'm gonna sit and learn the offense. When I learn offense over, so I'm gonna learn all the plays, know everything in detail, change the plays up. I'm gonna do my thing. I'm gonna get drafted to a top pick because you've been there for 4 years, right? You didn't transfer because NFL teams look at this. He's transferring schools. Clearly, something's going on. If you stay out of school for 4 years, right? Balled out for the last 2 years. This 2 years he balled out. Then I'm like, okay, he stayed committed to the program. He stayed committed to the program. He stayed committed to the team. Doesn't matter ups and downs. People starting over him. He kept working when people not looking at him, and he gonna build and build. And when teams look at that, he gonna be a great leader, a great representation on and off the field. So they be like, he's our quarterback.
into an NFL starter are extremely low, but he still made it to the league and will get time to develop now. But unfortunately, he isn't exactly what we once thought he could be. So, what exactly went wrong for Quinn Ewers in college? Quinn Ewers went to South Lake Carroll High, one of the best programs in the state of Texas, which is obviously well known for its football. He was an absolute beast. As a sophomore, he threw for over 4,000 yards and 45 touchdowns. And as a junior, he then had over 2,400 yards in just 8 games and was putting up ridiculous numbers. Now, Ewers was originally a part of the 2022 class and committed to play at Texas, but then flipped to play for Ryan Day at Ohio State and reclassified. He ended up enrolling early, and it was a huge deal because he cashed in at Ohio State with NIL. That was in the early days of NIL, and he reportedly got a deal over $1 million before he even played a snap. So expectations were already pretty high. But once he finally got to Columbus, he was stuck behind CJ Stroud. Stroud was a Heisman Trophy finalist, one of the best in the country, and of course went second overall to the Texans and was incredible. Ewers only got a few snaps in one game all season, just 2 handoffs. Then after the season, well, Ewers decided to transfer to Texas, going right back to where he initially
That's see what I'm talking about? 24 followers is crazy. That's what I'm talking about. You see what I'm talking about? Why go to a school? Say, why go to Ohio State and then go back to commit to Texas? Just go to Texas. If you went to Texas the first time, He would have got benched, stayed, and continued his career, and he would have probably been a a
Initially
second round
committed
pick or
back in
third
his
round pick.
home state to play for Steve Sarkisian. His impressive season. He had 2,177 passing yards, 15 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions.
But the Texans team's always good, bro, but they can never win the big games. The Texan team's always good, but they can never win the big games, bro. That's like it's every time, bro. They can never win the big games, bro. They got all the players. They got all the players, right? They got all my fault. They got all the players. They got every fucking player on their team. Every player. They got B. John him. They had B. John and him on the same team. They had a fucking dream team. Receivers fast, good defense, but they could never win the big games. But their players are good though.
While
Texas
completing
players are good.
58.1% of his passes. Texas ended up going 8-5 and made the Alamo Bowl against Washington, where Ewers played pretty well, throwing for 369 yards and a touchdown in a loss. He then got a full offseason as the starter and then really broke out. It helped that Texas was absolutely loaded with guys like Xavier Worthy, Adonai Mitchell, Jatavion Sanders, and more, who all went on to get drafted into the pros. Not to mention, the season before that, he even had Bijan Robinson and Rashawn Johnson in the backfield. Life often wasn't too hard for Ewers, but he still made the most out of it. In 2023, he threw for 3,479 yards, 22 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions, while completing 69% of his passes. He also rushed for 5 touchdowns. The big moment of that season came early on. Texas went to Tuscaloosa and knocked off Alabama as Ewers passed for 349 yards and 3 touchdowns. If somehow somebody didn't know his name yet, they did after that win. And suddenly, it felt like maybe, just maybe, Texas was back. They won the Big 12 championship, went 12-2, and made the college football playoff for the first time in program history. In the CFP semifinal against Washington, Ewers threw for 318 yards and a touchdown, but Texas lost 37-31 to Michael Penix and Kalen DeBoer. Texas had lost some good pieces in the offseason. And then there was also the elephant in the room. Arch Manning had arrived, and Ewers still decided to return for another season. Texas was also transitioning to the SEC, which is definitely a big jump in competition. After all, it just means more. But the Longhorns didn't really miss a beat. Ewers led the way with 3,472 yards, 31 touchdowns, and 12 interceptions, and completed 65.8% of his throws. Texas went 11-1 before falling to Georgia in the SEC championship game 30-15. That left them at 11-2, and their only 2 losses coming to the Bulldogs. But Texas still got into the college football playoff as it was expanded to 12 teams. Texas was the 5 seed and knocked off 12 seed Clemson and number 4 seed Arizona State before losing to the eventual national champions Ohio State in the semifinals 28-14. After the year, there were some pretty big questions surrounding his future. Would he try to stay at Texas even with Arch Manning ready to start, or would he transfer for a ridiculous amount of money? And well, he's stuck with going to the draft, and here we are. Quinn Ewers was a weird, confusing prospect to say the least. When he was on, but when he wasn't, yeah, best of luck. Lance Zierlein projected him to be a 3rd round pick and even compared him to Sam Howell as a recent guy. And it made sense. The NFL gave him a 6.15 prospect grade, which projected him to be a good backup with the potential to become a starter. He had just the 8th production score.
Playing fucking Miami, playing with Miami. I'm doing something right now. But playing with Miami, you gonna become a starter. Cause look, Tua finna 28. The most likely they're gonna resign him. You know why? Cause they see the potential. He has a bigger arm than Tua. You can make him accurate. He's a big arm accurate. He gonna be good, bro. That's why I be saying stop giving these quarterbacks big contracts and then draft another quarterback. Don't give him shit then. Like Tua, the keep it above with you. I guarantee you got an injury clause in that motherfucker. Just in case he get injured again. They probably got an injury clause in their contract. If Tua get injured, can't know how to pay him because he get injured so damn much to the point they don't want to pay the man. and they give this man all this money for him to be a mediocre quarterback who barely a Pro Bowler. I feel like if you're a mediocre, you gotta be a Pro Bowler. If you're not making the playoffs or getting deep runs, be a consistent Pro Bowler. I'm talking about 10 time Pro Bowl, 5-time Pro Bowler. Um, lead the league in touchdowns and lead the league in yards and touchdowns. You know what I'm saying?
Combine quarterbacks and was 11th in athleticism, good for just 7th overall. If he was always at his best, he could be a really good NFL quarterback, but he didn't get that too often. He does have a fast
My shit frozen in motherfucker.
release, throws with good touch, and can be great when he's in rhythm. But then you'll get a game where he can't get anything going, his footwork is all over the place, the reads are predetermined, and the offense just sucks altogether. And that's why he's such a tough prospect. But he does still have the tools, which is why a team is gonna take a shot on him. The arm talent is there. He can make throws from weird angles and off platform. He gets the ball out fast with just a flick of his wrist, but then there are plenty of downsides. He can't exactly read the whole field yet. A lot of the time, he's picking where he's going with the ball before the snap even gets to him, and he has a bad habit of just throwing it no matter what. Now that works sometimes in college.
But the thing is, I'm gonna say that the throwing no matter what's like that only works in college. But they already have a read that's already gonna throw it to. Cause think about in the NFL, you have a route. This the first read. This gonna be the play. This play is for you. You're gonna be our first read. So he look at the first read. Don't look at the other read. So he like downside. He look. Oh, he's open. Throw it. Look, and he don't see it. He throws it. You always wanna let your first read. Cause the first read is what's your first read? That's your first read, second read. But NFL, like he need to start doing this. Your first read is your running back. Don't look down. Do this. Look at your tight end and running back. That's your first read. Those are your last read. The up and routes, the O line blocking. Your last read is them. I feel like if he makes them his last read instead of just looking at the receiver most of the damn time he be doing, he'll be straight, bro. He need to look at running back, tight end, then receivers, cause you gonna throw it to you want those short routes. Cause when you throw the short routes, they're gonna come. They're always throwing short routes. Then you go over the top with them. See, he already had fast receivers at Texas. So he gonna look deep enough to throw to the running back. So they always beat him off the line, blur every play. They
College, especially with the talent that he had at Texas, but in the NFL, those windows are gonna be tight. It's not gonna work. He'll stare guys down and then throw to them right into coverage or completely miss backside options that are wide open. He just isn't fully processing what's happening fast enough. He also doesn't really have great pocket mobility. Now, he's certainly not a statue, but he's not going to be someone who's going to make a living extending plays out of the pocket. So if he's not reading the defense quickly enough, he's going to have problems against the blitz and the pros. Sometimes his footwork gets lazy and he'll throw behind guys or force them to slow down. But if there's one thing to definitely like, it's his toughness. He has a bit of this Baker Mayfield dog in him. Ewers battled through injuries during his time at Texas to keep playing. He also wouldn't fold when the lights were bright. And all honestly, I'm surprised that he went all the way in the 7th. Now, the Dolphins definitely do make some sense as a landing spot for Quinn Ewers. Miami could definitely have used another quarterback on the roster, and Ewers is essentially a lottery ticket. And the Dolphins are a team that should be trying to get a lottery ticket with how things have gone there recently. Tua Tagovailoa is at a 4-year, $212 million contract and is entering year 2 of it. There is an out after next season, giving the Dolphins a bit of a window if they do want to move on, but the reality is Tua hasn't been able to stay healthy, and bluntly put, that's an issue. There's just been so much concern for his health with the number of concussions he's had. He's struggled to stay on the field and has missed a ton of time, and the best ability is availability. But even when he has been on the field, it's not like Tua has been this incredible, unstoppable quarterback. Not to say he hasn't been good at times, but still, he played in 11 games last season. And the Dolphins went 6-5 as he threw for 2,867 yards, 19 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions. Now again, statistically, it wasn't a bad year, but it is bad when you can't stay on the field. The Dolphins also did go out and sign a backup for him in Zach Wilson. Wilson is a vet at this point and knows what it takes to compete in this league, but it's safe to say that he hasn't exactly been a model of success. He's a high pick that's completely busted, and Tua is a high pick who had some success, got a big deal, and has fallen off since. Those two guys might be the perfect two guys for Quinn Ewers to learn from. It's been a disappointing arc for Ewers and what we thought he could have been. He definitely lost a ton of money by not.
Don't you ever compare Don't you ever compare Tua to that trash ass nigga Zach Wilson. I'll never let you do that again, Zach Wilson. I'll give you everything you said about Tua injuries, but don't ever compare that trash ass nigga to Tua. That nigga Tua's fucking playing fucking minutes with fucking Ryan Fitzpatrick. Threw 10 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, and still got almost 1,000 yards, bro. And led the team to 10-5. Think about it. And his fucking head coach hated him. That nigga Zach Wilson started all games and still fucking ass. And our team was the second year. I was
Transferring
taking
and
for 2
staying in
year.
college
And
because he
we
knew he
went to the
wasn't going to
playoffs. We
start
went
over
10-5. We went
Arch.
to the playoffs.
But in a crazy era of college sports, he chose loyalty to Texas and declared for the draft. And to an extent, I think you gotta respect that. Now it's time to see if he can make the most out of his chance, if he gets a real one in the NFL.
Yeah, boy. That's the end of the video, y'all boys. But I'm gonna give y'all my peace of mind on everything. To be honest. To be honest. He gonna plan out. If the Dolphins gonna move, if Tua get, like say, God forbid Tua get hurt this season again, they moving on instantly next season, and they're gonna start quarter for the whole year, and Tua gonna be benched, and they're gonna turn him to another team that need a quarterback with that big ass
The drama
contract.
surrounding
You know
Nico
what I'm saying?
Maliava has finally ended.
You know what I'm saying? They gonna do that for that boy. But if we being honest, you know what I'm saying? Tua gonna Quinn, he gonna plan out our team. The only thing our team, the Miami Dolphins need, they need bigger receivers. Our line big. Our tight end, we got 63 tight end with 5 or 10 receivers. We don't got big bodies to throw to. So Tua throwing to midgets, throwing to midgets. You go from Alabama when everybody O line is 6'9", 6'10", and receivers are 6'3", who built skinny but sometimes big. But you know what I'm saying? They big, but you going from that to like all Miami Dolphins O line trash, tight end small, and we had Mike Gesicki. He was 6'6" tight end, but he couldn't block to save his fucking life. And our receivers were big, but they couldn't block or get open. Now we got fast receivers who big, who could get open and everything, but they not big. So we need bigger receivers, a bigger tight end, and a good O line. You get two of that, I guarantee we could two will stay healthy and he'll make deep playoff runs. Our D line trash. We need a better D lineman. Our cornerbacks are trash. We need a better cornerback. We need a better linebacker group. We need a better linebacker group, DB group, and D line. Our defense need a whole thing. We got rid of Mick Fangio, who went to the Philadelphia and they won the Super Bowl. That's sitting on our team, but they complain about him being too hard. My nigga, what the fuck? Yeah, I saw these come to Miami for the party, my nigga. If y'all wanna come to party, my nigga, just say that. Y'all might just take a 2 year deal, friendly, and just go party the whole season. Cause y'all niggas be trash. But that's my D1 rant. Y'all boys stay safe. Y'all know what to do. Hey, always remember one thing: stay out the mother